Hi viewers, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to discuss about 10th class chemistry chapter. So that is chemical equations. Okay, chemical equations. So in our previous classes we already discussed about the changes we classified as physical and chemical changes. We know what do you mean by physical change. Physical change means there is a change only in state, color, um, color, shape. Okay, there is a change in, there is no new substance formed, there is no change in the composition. Okay, so such change we can consider as physical change. Okay, such change we consider as physical change. In physical change there is only change in state, color. Okay, there is a change in only state, color, state, color. There is change only in state and color, state, color, shape. No new substance formed. That change we can consider as physical change. Chemical change means along with the physical changes there is a change in composition. Such change we can say it to as a chemical changes. So like the way we classified the changes as physical changes and chemical changes. Okay, so here some changes involved in these activities in our daily life. Okay, these all activities involved in our daily life. So we have to classify them if they comes under as physical change or chemical change. Okay, the first one is the process of digestion, burning of the crackers, the process of respiration, powdered lime added to water, ripening of the mango, exposing iron nails to moisture in air for longer period. Okay, so from all these changes if we can observe, either they classified as physical change or chemical change, or they are temporary changes or permanent changes. Okay, we can classify them. If we observe all these changes, process of digestion, burning of crackers, process of respiration, powdered lime added to water, ripening of the mango, exposing iron nails to moisture in air for longer period, if we observe all these changes, the nature of original substances would be changed. Okay, if new substance formed with the properties, the new substance properties, the chemical properties or the physical properties entirely change, entirely different from their original substances, such change we can consider as chemical change. So if you observe all these changes, the chemical change has takes place. The chemical change has takes place. In all these changes, what do we observe? The chemical change has takes place. So how do we know that a chemical reaction has taken place? Okay, how do we know that chemical change takes place? We are observing, we do not get the substance return back. Okay, entirely new substance formed. So such change, chemical change, we are considering. Okay, so here how do we know that a chemical reaction has takes place? Okay, with these activities we have to try to understand. For that, in first activity, quicklime. Quicklime means what? Calcium oxide. Calcium oxide, CaO. Calcium oxide, what is the formula here? Calcium oxide formula is CaO. Calcium oxide we have to take 1 gram in a beaker and we have to add 10 ml of water. What is the formula of water? H2O. So when calcium oxide dissolves in water, what we have to observe? The beaker, if it touches the beaker, we have to observe the bottom of the beaker becomes hot. And what is the reason here? Why do we observe the hotness of the bottom of the beaker? Means here when calcium oxide dissolves in water, it liberates heat. What happens here? It liberates heat. Due to that we observe the bottom of the test tube becomes hot. Okay, what is the reason here? The calcium oxide reacts with water, and in that process which one is released here? Heat energy is released. Calcium oxide dissolves in water, producing which type of solution here? Colorless solution. Colorless solution. Calcium oxide, when it is dissolves in water, it produces colorless solution. So this colorless solution we have to test with the litmus paper. Two litmus papers we have, red litmus and blue litmus. Litmus papers we have to use to know the nature of the solution. So here with the red litmus, here I observed with the red litmus paper, here red litmus paper turns blue. Means what kind of nature of the solution it has? It has in basic in nature. What is the nature of this colorless solution? When calcium oxide dissolves in water, when red litmus turns into blue, means what kind of nature the solution has here? basic solution. Look at here, the solution is basic solution. So in this activity, during the chemical reaction, we observed there is a heat liberation, and also there is a nature of the substance also changed. So in this activity we observe like that. Now we can consider second activity. In the second activity, 100 ml of water, we have to dissolve some salt, that is sodium sulfate, Na2SO4. What is the formula of sodium sulfate? Na2SO4. Small quantity of salt, sodium sulfate, dissolve in 100 ml of water and prepare sodium sulfate solution. In the same way, take another beaker and also consider 100 ml of water in another beaker and add small quantity of barium chloride, BaCl2. What is the formula of barium chloride? BaCl2. So in another beaker we have to prepare barium chloride solution. So two solutions we have to prepare. One is sodium sulfate, another one is barium chloride. So two solutions, we have to observe the color of the solutions, and also we have to add sodium sulfate with barium chloride solution. Look at the picture here. Sodium sulfate is adding already in beaker, barium chloride solution is we have. So we have to add sodium sulfate with barium chloride. So here when these two solutions mix together, there is a formation of two new substances. When sodium sulfate reacts with barium chloride, the new substances, what new substances will form here? NaCl, sodium chloride, and also barium sulfate, BaSO4. When these sodium sulfate barium chloride dissolves together, when we add together, there is two new substances will form, sodium chloride and barium sulfate. Sodium chloride and barium sulfate, their properties are entirely different from the original substances sodium sulfate and barium chloride. Okay, so here we have to observe any change on mixing these solutions. Means what kind of changes we observe? Is there any change in temperature? So that we have to observe. From that observations only we have to confirm whether chemical change has taken place or not. Yeah, and one more activity, we have to look at the picture. So in a conical flask we have to take zinc granules. Zinc is a metal, like a small granules means what? Pieces, small pieces of zinc granules we have to take in conical flask, and we have to add 5 ml of dilute, not concentrated, dilute means it is added with water. 5 ml of dilute hydrochloric acid. Look at it, hydrochloric acid with to zinc granules in conical flask we have to add. Okay, now we have to observe that what change is taking place in a conical flask. Okay, so what change is taking place, and bottom of the conical flask we have to touch and observe, is there any change in the temperature? We have to observe, and also we have to test when zinc is a metal, when metal dissolves in acid, hydrochloric acid, there is a formation of salt like zinc chloride, and also releases which gas? Hydrogen gas. So how do we know the evolved gases whether hydrogen or not? Look at here the burning matchstick. We have to kept the burning matchstick near the mouth of the conical flask. So when burning matchstick keep it near the mouth of the conical flask, the burning matchstick will put off with a pop sound. With which sound? With a pop sound. Burning matchstick will put off with a pop sound. So that indicates the evolved gases which gas? Hydrogen gas. Okay, so from all these activities during a chemical reaction or during the chemical change, from all these activities we have to conclude that during a chemical change what will happen? So look at here, the original substances lost their characteristic properties, either physical properties or chemical properties. So they may be products with a different physical state and colors. Original substance lost their properties and they form as a products, like new products, and these new products formed, they have different physical state and different colors, either they may be in solid state or liquid or gas. Okay, physical state, that is colors also will be different, the products comparing with the original substances. And the next one, what? Chemical changes may be exothermic or endothermic. Exothermic means exit, means they may be liberate heat liberate, they may be liberation of heat. Exothermic means what? Liberates heat. Endothermic means it absorbs heat. It absorbs heat. Liberation of heat means that is which? Liberation of heat. Liberation of heat means which kind of reaction? That is exothermic. Absorption of heat means that is endothermic. Okay, means chemical changes may be exothermic or endothermic. That is heat may be liberated or absorbed. They may form an insoluble substance known as precipitate. Insoluble substance, look at here in the second activity, barium sulfate. Barium sulfate is the precipitate. It is not soluble in a solution. It forms as a precipitate. So precipitate means it forms at the bottom of the test tube. So maybe it formed as a insoluble. Precipitate means what? That is insoluble substance formed as a precipitate where at the bottom of the test tube. And during a chemical change the gas also may be evolved. So all these we have to observe during a chemical change. If all these occurs, we can confirm that the chemical reaction has taken place. Okay, so changing takes place in our daily life. We observe variety of changes takes place. So in our chapter, in our chemical equations, we have to learn various types of chemical reactions and their symbolic representations. So what do you mean by chemical equation? Balanced chemical equation, and how do we represent the balanced chemical equation with the physical state? So that all we have to learn. Okay, if you understand my topic, please subscribe my channel. Okay, thank you viewers, thank you.